And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elected from the 30. They'll run for the first time with the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Goff now looking to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him.
You're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eye.
10 here on their opening drive. Goff now looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw, Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Again, Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish it not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
They'll give to Gibbs. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. To throw is Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 23, here's 2nd and a yard. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 7 yards there and a first down. Mahomes now to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
At the 22-yard line. Chiefs nothing.
The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Now here's Mahomes. On the slant, he's got Hardman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
They'll run it with Pirine. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Second and goal at
Pirine, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. So they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than...
Now gone. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he gets it down to the 32. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another run for Gibbs here. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. First carry now for David Montgomery. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bates' kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Mahomes going to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 8. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 1 second, all that remains. And he rifles one incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 along alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Now Patrick going to change the play. To throw, it's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. down to the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams, 78 yards. And the Lions have come back to make it a 2-point game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Now Mahomes. Short throw, hauled in by Kelsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Holmes again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
And As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Pacheco. Here down to the 22.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to make it a 2-score game. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Goff going to shift him around. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
That's a nice run.
Gibbs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring
24-21 ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a play in the catch.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
And that's not a play that you see that often at the start of the drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Hand off here for P-Ryan.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can find a way with smiles on their faces.
And when real estate people tell us all the time, it's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.